I'm Jay Hayback, league president, along with my broadcast partner, as usual, Mr. Justin Bresner. Justin, welcome.
Thanks, Jay. Looking forward to a good game today. Got a nice day out here for the second half of this doubleheader.
And we also are very blessed to have the mayor with us, Steve Hertz. Steve, welcome.
Thank you, Jay. Again, great to be.
18 to 18 batters, and we'll see what Workers have for Michael Rudman here today, as Workers, of course, a very good hitting team. So we will let Talon show you the batting averages for both teams today. Just save it.
Whether he's on today and find his mark, or if he's slightly off and allows the other team to make some contact with the bats today.
Well, remember, Yasmani Thorndike, the leadoff batter, started with 2 doubles last game we did against the Nationals. And if you remember, Phil Roy was striking out literally everybody. So Yasmani Thorndike was one of the few batters that actually got the bat on the ball against Phil Roy. Phil Roy, of course, had 12 strikeouts in 4 innings, which is something we've never seen before. Has a book at home. It's like a, what do you call it, an atlas, an encyclopedia, something that has like a book on everybody. And I'm sure it's all handwritten too, Steve.
That's what you get over 41 years.
Hit on the ground to second base. Bobbles it up to first.
Safe.
And he's safe at first. Yasmani Thorndike beats it out. It'll go as an error. Narciande at second base bobbled it, and Yasmani Thorndike just hit him. And unfortunately, we were not able to, and he hurt us badly and ended up beating us. He has been on fire, hitting .350 with 3 RBIs, but that doesn't tell the whole story for Shehan Planis Ortega. Has tremendous home run power, has excellent speed, a 5-tool player. Behind the game, O'Farrell taking his time on the mound. This is game 2 of the championship series. Thorndike able to catch it, but almost over his head. Almost had to jump for that one. Folks, this is game 2 of the championship series. Game 1 just finished. Workers defeated the A's 5-0, Justin, in an upset.
Absolutely would be considered an upset.
And pop that one up. Makes the catch. Yasmani Prieto makes the catch. That should prevent it from now on.
That'll bring up Alvaro Gomez, third baseman.
So 1 out, and Yasmani Thorndike at second. I have to be specific. I can't just say Thorndike. Yasmani Thorndike at second base. Alvaro Gomez did not play in game 1, just arrived, hasn't even really warmed up. I know Miguel Garcia, before the game, the manager for the A's, was concerned whether Alvaro would even show up on time. But he is here, and he is a factor. Steve, one time in a game against my team, Alvaro Gomez pops this one up. Looks like it's going to be out of play. There was one time against the Dade Diamondbacks that Alvaro Gomez If you want, you can. Well, just do that one. We'll start with that one. Yeah, but not yet. Just do that one. Do the small one for now. Steve Hertz brings Cracker Jack. He must have boxes of this stuff at home.
We promote them.
So count now full to Gomez.
Justin, he doesn't have to give in to him here. And the thing is, workers and the A's don't know each other, so they don't know who's going to hurt you. Obviously, everyone in the A's can hurt you, but Alvaro Gomez especially, and he hits that one back to our camera. Farrell working slowly, and he swings at that one, and that one was over his head.
Boy, try to tomahawk that one. Got a quick bat.
Steve, do you know Alvaro Gomez?
The name's familiar. Trying to remember. I don't think so. Remember where he played? High school or college?
Gonna have to find that out for you. Maybe we'll have Talon run over to the A's dugout.
There it goes. And he'll be in, and he'll come through on that wild throw. And the A's will tack on one.
So the A's get on the board. Unbelievable.
Stolen base and a throwing error. Brings...
Ball gets away, and Gomez will advance to third. So, Justin, already a big difference between last game and this game.
Sure is. That was left up high.
Now the A's win this one. That'll force a final game.
Correct.
And that would be when?
I would assume next Sunday.
Oh.
It's too far to the right.
Shot to third. That will be misplayed.
And this is going to score another run. The A's now lead 2-0. That'll go as a hit. Ahmed Martinez, a smash.
Hit.
Steve Hertz disagrees.
I would have said an error as well, but
If balls were hit like that to me, Jay, and I did the same thing, the guy got a hit, I'd have fielded 992.
Talent.
So this is Chico Vengochea.
Cheech, another former Steve Hertz disciple. Or I should say a current disciple. You don't say a former disciple.
Current. He played about 1999.
Can I help you? Pops that one up, and Straight back to our camera again. Camera 1 taking a beating early on here in top of the first inning.
Wow, must have a great ERA.
He does at that.
How about 0.41, Steve?
Take that in a heartbeat.
Pops that one up.
There's going to be a hard play, and it gets down for a hit. The A's keep the train rolling here. It is now first and third. Vengochea will be lifted for a courtesy runner, which will, of course, be the only out that has been recorded, which is Sheehan Planas. And now a player Steve is familiar with, Jose Martinez.
Jose was about 1991 or 2, I believe.
And he hits that one, and this is going to be trouble, and that's going to get down for a hit. It's going to score 1 run. The A's now lead 3-0.
Big single, Jay.
Planas Arteaga makes it to third, running for Vengochea.
Oh, battery.
Okay. We'll have Talon put it back
Thank
on.
you.
Thank you. So a meeting at the mound.
Luis Cabral at the plate, second baseman.
Back to first in time.
Checking Martinez.
And now camera 3 is down.
Runner goes. Another stolen base, and that's going to score another run.
Justin, this is getting out of control.
This is all stolen bases and throwing errors, Jay.
We have a run rule here, guys.
Yep. 10-5, 10-7, 15-5.
Big swing and a miss. He got him. So 2 outs now. Here in the top of the first. But already a big 4 runs across for Coral Gables A's. So this is Leo Portes. Got him. That'll do it. Leo Portes down on strikes.
That was a long half inning.
It sure was, and the A's put up 4 big runs. As Jay mentioned, that could be enough for Rudman and company. So we will see as we head to the bottom of the first. 4-0. A's leading Workers.
You are watching the South Florida Broadcast Network, and today's game is Game 2 of AUBL Miami Championship Series between the Coral Gables A's and Workers.
Guys, a little sidelight. You know, the longer you've been in this game, the more you say, I've seen everything. Well, I'm up at the state tournament for junior college. Miami-Dade is in the state tournament. They lose the first game, tough game against Chipola, 2-0. They go in the loser's bracket. They win their next game 14-11, and now they're playing Central Florida, who's also in the loser's bracket and was ranked number 1 in the country at one time. They went up there ranked 4th in the country, lost their first game. Now they're playing Miami-Dade. So a quick scenario. Central Florida scores 5 runs in the first inning. Miami-Dade nothing. Central Florida scores 3 runs in the second inning. Miami-Dade nothing. 3 runs in the third inning. It's now 11-0 after 3. 10-run rule in 5. Nothing in the fourth. Central Florida is winning 11-0, 1 out in the 5th inning. The game's over, right?
You would think.
Long story short, Miami-Dade wins 12-11. The darndest thing you guys have ever seen in your life. I've never seen a game like this in my life.
No.
Walk after walk after walk.
But Steve, Michael Rudman wasn't on the mound.
If he was on the mound, it'd been over.
An 11-run comeback.
11-run.
I'm not sure I'll ever see that.
Nobody has seen this. Nobody has seen this. They walked, at the end of the day, they walked like 17 guys. Never seen anything like it.
So on the screen, folks, you can see the batting averages for both teams. And Justin, I don't know if the averages matter as much as the numbers for Michael Rudman. And let's give you those, folks. We're going to put them up on the screen momentarily for you.
So until then, Michael Rudman, 22 innings pitched, 3-1 record, 0.41 ERA, 39 strikeouts to 6 walks. Whip at 0.82. Giving up 12 hits in 22 innings pitched. Let that sink in, folks. 12 hits, 22 innings pitched.
I think I want this guy on my team.
Not sure he has any eligibility left. And this is Yasmani Prieto, shortstop leading off for Workers.
I put the graphic right next to him so that there's no chance anyone can miss it, Justin.
Okay.
This is a little unorthodox, but 22 innings pitched, 3-1 record, 0.41 ERA, 39 strikeouts against 6 walks. So a 6.5 to 1 ratio. And that one popped up. And out of play.
It'll be foul. 1-2 the count to Prieto.
Look at the curveball. And he popped him up, so Willie Mizrahi makes the catch. You know, Justin, one thing you noticed already from Michael Rudman is he threw his curveball for a strike. Remember the problem last week? He hadn't thrown in about a month, 2 months, maybe 3, now that he has a child. And he could not throw his curveball for a strike, but he threw it for a strike there. When Michael Rudman throws his curve for a strike, it is lights out for his opponents.
Oh, he got pegged.
That one hurt. That one hurt.
The DH gets plunked. He'll make his way over to first. Seems to be okay. Looks like he's going to shake that off. But he was being pretty hard.
And it looks like baby Rudman here, as wearing an A's jersey with Rudman on the back of it.
Alexis Morales at the plate, center fielder. 1 on, 1 out in the bottom of the first. Almost gets popped at that one.
On deck is the manager, Santiago Narciandi, also a friend of Steve Hertz.
Santiago played for us 1999, one of our best hitters.
Steve, I want you to pay attention also to the move at first base that Michael Rudman has. I believe it might be the best right-handed move I've ever seen.
No kidding. I'm going to start looking a little closer now.
Since there is a runner on. And that one hit hard to left field, going back, and it's going to be gone! It is gone!
Wow.
Alexis Morales has taken Michael Rudman yard.
Huge.
Unbelievable. Justin, I am surprised that ball carried as much as it did. It looked like a double at first glance.
Right out of the park. The whole team comes out to congratulate him on that one.
That's a huge momentum shift, too.
Massive. Massive. To start down 4-0 and to get 2 of those back with 1 swing of the bat and 1 plunk of the ball.
But also for Michael Rudman to give up 2 runs in an inning. We don't see him give up 2 runs in a game. This is what happens, guys, when teams can't scout each other. And these teams have not really been able to scout each other all season. There's the changeup from Rudman. Leo Portes, the catcher, liked it.
This is Santiago Narciandi.
Oh, my goodness. Can you believe it?
So 1 out, no on.
Another changeup, and that one hit into the ground foul. What? Am I getting it on you?
No.
Oh, okay. Look at the fastball. In for strike 3. He struck him out. 2 outs in the inning now, but major damage has been done. Wilder Thorndike, who I believe is the best hitter on this Workers team, and I might have some opposition now that Morales hit that home run.
It was quite a blast. That one's popped up and possibly foul.
This is going to be a hard play. It's in the Bermuda Triangle, and it's going to get down but foul. Of course, Justin, you and I and Steve Hertz have had a very busy broadcast schedule these last several weeks, and many high school and college and playoffs and all sorts of baseball craziness over the last several weeks.
It's that time. The kids will be taking off.
There's the curveball. Look at the curveball and the way it breaks over. Tremendous spin rate on that curveball. There's the fastball, and he just missed with it. These two, of course, know each other very well. Bottom one. Popped up. Out of play.
In the dirt. This is a long inning, Jay.
Which is in stark contrast to the first game, which we were here to watch part of it, and it seemed to fly by. There's that curveball. Oh, and it just missed. I think even Thorndike thought it was a strike. Thorndike catching for the Workers this game. Another curveball, and that one popped up out of play. Justin, we have had every type of weather imaginable today. We have had sunshine, heavy clouds, we've had rain, we've had light wind, we've had heavy wind.
Where's the snow?
Well, you know what?
Just a minute worth of snow, of heavy snowfall, and everything would be great.
Yeah, but the snow would be gone in 2 seconds.
It's okay. It'd cool everything down for that 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
This isn't Disney. And Wilder Thorndike reaches out and gets a base hit to right field. They try to go for the out from right field, but playing a little too deep was Sheehan Planas to be able to record that 9-3 out, Justin, that we've seen before. Thorndike gets a 2-out hit, keeps the rally going.
Who's the kid here from Miami Christian we saw on Friday in right field with a laser for an arm? Rocketed somebody out from on a very similar play. One of the brothers, I believe. With a laser for an arm out there. Today, not the exact case, as Thorndike now on first with 2 outs.
Steve, is he wearing a sweatshirt?
Looks like it.
Rudman seems to be featuring that changeup to the lefty hitters. Adel Avila now the batter. Hitting .400 this season, swings at another changeup. And he does have a home run to his credit this season, so he does have pop in his bat. Popped out of play. Runner goes. No, he does not. And swing and a miss. He struck him out. 3 changeups.
That'll do it. So, Jay, we finally head to the second inning.
Another long inning.
As 2 runs do come across for Workers, so the score now 4-2 as we head to the top of the second.
Just gives us more to do. I mean, I love it. Me and Steve would stay here all day if they had a third game.
As long as we could order in.
Of course, there was a high school game that we all did about a week and a half ago where it wasn't so much fun, where the pitcher was taking so long at Westminster that we were all falling asleep.
It was a long game. Now, the game you did yesterday, high school, was who?
On Friday was here, Miami Christian.
And that was
Took
between-
on Trinity Christian in a district. I'm sorry, yeah, district.
Miami Christian defeated Trinity Christian
Regional
8-2 to go to states.
to go to
Okay.
state.
So-
And I think there was a big upset yesterday, wasn't there? With the Springs and Flanagan, maybe?
I did not get to get any of the scores yesterday.
Springs beat Flanagan 4-3.
Wow. That is surprising.
Well, we've done 2 Flanagan games this season, and we know that they're always capable of coming back.
Absolutely, they are.
That's their MO. They love to come back late in the game. But I'll tell you guys, the happiest guy on the field right now is Mariano O'Farrell, the pitcher for Workers, having gotten those 2 runs back last inning, because I'm sure he was feeling like this game might be getting out of control.
Well, it gives him a chance to get back in it now. Hold him down. Would that be Roque, Jay, number 32?
Okay.
Darryl Roque, number 37, going to first base.
Oh, 37, okay.
Darryl Roque.
He was
of
quite a
course,
pitcher for Miami-Dade South years ago.
He was, and he's also quite a lacrosse player. He's actually the featured lacrosse player in their new commercial.
No kidding.
I came to see Darryl about a month ago here at a broadcast, and I said to him, "Do you play lacrosse?" He says, "Yeah, I do. Not lacrosse, highlight."
Highlight.
Sorry, I said lacrosse. I meant highlight.
I was wondering because you had the
So I-
font on out here earlier.
Yeah, so I asked him, "Do you play highlight by any chance?" He says, "Yes, I do." And I said, "Well, they featured you in their last commercial. It was a big picture of him smiling, right on your."
This is Melwing Rodriguez at the plate, one of the extra hitters for the Coral Gables A's.
Count 2-1. The A's are hitting 11 batters. Very rare in a championship game to hit more than 9. Usually you'll hit your best 9. The A's have so many good hitters on their squad that they could probably hit 15.
Is that a different rule in this league?
In AUBL Miami and in all adult leagues, you can hit as many as you like. It gives everybody a chance to hit because you don't want to show up and not play. So it gives everybody a chance. You can choose to hit 9, and that one popped up to right field. Is it going to get down? Yes, it is.
It is.
It's a base hit, and it gets by him. Melwing Rodriguez on his way to second base. It'll go as a single and an error. So for those of you tuning in that have not watched AUBL Miami or any other adult league for that matter, there are some rules that are a little bit different. Some of them are what they call work on Monday rules, and some of them are just to make sure everybody gets participation. No participation trophies, though. Let's be clear. Unless they pay for them, and then I'll make them for them. Nice breaking pitch in for a strike, and Pee Wee Rodriguez. Justin, we've done games with the A's where Pee Wee Rodriguez has hit third. Today, hitting 10th. Go figure.
Not too often we can talk about the
And
number 10
Rodriguez hits that one to center field, and it's going to be caught. Got a good piece of that one. And Juan Quesada, who we've also seen hit in the top of the lineup, hitting 12th today. Quesada hitting .217 with 1 home run this season. Oddly enough, Quesada hitting last has the only home run for the team.
The number 11 batter.
Nice breaking pitch. Squares to bunt. Another breaking pitch. O'Farrell seems to have gotten away from his fastball. The A's have hit his fastball pretty well so far. And there is that fastball, but he missed. And he walked him. First and second, 1 out for the A's.
And all the way back to the top of the order. The Yasmani Thorndike. Thorndike reached on an error in the previous inning.
Move it a little bit more, a little too much right. Snap throw to second base, and he's back in time. Right down the pipe.
That's not going to stay.
And that's a rip to center field. That's going to be a base hit. And he goes
4-1.
down. Rounding third. On his way home, he will score. We apologize, folks, as camera one was down for a moment. We've gotten it back up. Thorndike with a big RBI hit.
Belring Rodriguez all the way around.
The A's now
Second.
lead 5-2. So what seemed like an innocuous little flare to right field turns into a run for the A's. The A's as a team are so alert, it is so hard to pick off runners. You could hear half their team. Sheehan Planas Ortega absolutely rips this ball. Going back. It is gone!
He hit that.
Sheehan Planas Ortega has hit a 3-run home run and absolutely wipes out the home run that Workers hit last inning. It is now 8-2. And as I said, guys, Sheehan Planas Ortega, the hottest hitter in AUBL Miami.
He golfed that right out of it.
Yeah, he did. So now we've had a home run to left and right. Nice shot of the airplane coming in over there.
What's wrong? I don't think it needs it. No, they're all good.
Time is called. Workers are going to talk about it.
It's amazing to think the A's were shut out last game. And guys, we have a pitcher warming up about 8 feet to our right here. And that's the sound you hear.
24.
That is one thing about the A's, that you cannot hold them down. Even though they got beat 5-0 in the first game, you would not know it right now.
They had an awful good pitcher going again.
Yeah, there were 2 pitchers for Workers in the first game that held the A's in check. 0 runs. Up high, Alvaro Gomez I would liken to like a Vlad Guerrero. Really good bad ball hitter.
Well, he got pegged. Gomez now on his way to first. We've had our second player hit.
Here they come, guys. This is it. O'Farrell is going to vomit when he sees his stat line after this game. It's going to read something like this. 8 runs, 7 earned runs, 1 1/3 innings pitched,
So we have number 24 coming in.
2 strikeouts, a base on balls, a hit batter. He gave up, 2 bases on balls, so 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, a hit batter. He did give up a home run. And he gave up 6 hits in an inning and a third. Jorge Rivas, the pitcher. This is Ahmed Martinez.
See how he fares against Rivas. Runner goes. And Gomez will make his way over to second with another stolen base. Fourth stolen base of the game for the A's.
Popped up. It's going to be a hard play, and it's going to drop for a hit. Here's the play at third base. He's going to be safe at third.
Coming home. Nope.
Made it halfway home and
Second.
decided against it. This game's getting out of hand here for Workers. They're going to have to get control here. The A's are the type of team, Justin, that will run roughshod over you if you let them.
Well, here's Chico Bengochea. Stepping to the plate. This has been another long inning.
Steve, I just got your question answered. HSBN Anthony Utariello just said that we will be broadcasting at Pace on Wednesday against Cardinal Gibbons.
Pace has had a heck of a year, and they just won a big game, their last one.
Missed with that one. Bengochea singled. It is 8-2 A's. Guys, there's only one out. we're in the top of the second inning. And it is all A's right now. Fastball right at the knees and in for a strike, a swinging strike from Bengochea. Bengochea hitting 5th today. We are all very thankful for the cloud cover that has come through. Popped up, out of play. And guys, that's the thing about a doubleheader. You know, it's a battle of attrition. It's a marathon. You can come out and, you know, anybody can play one game.
Yeah, especially in the heat. It's tough playing too, no doubt.
There's the curveball. He just missed inside with it. The count 2-2. Runners at second and third. It is Ahmed Martinez at second base, Alvaro Gomez at third. There is only one out. The A's are up 8-2 after losing game 1 of the championship series 5-4. 0-0. There's the curveball again. Bengochea hits it in the left field for a base hit. 1 run will score. Rounding third on his way. Here's the play. There'll be no play at the plate. Ahmed Martinez will score. It is now 10-2. Unbelievable. Bengochea rips a single through the left side of the infield and brings in 2 more. That is 6 runs this inning.
And only the top of the second.
Mm-hmm.
With only 1 out.
You know a good Chinese restaurant?
Not in this area.
Yeah, we don't know this area too well.
I'm sure there are plenty of other types of restaurants here. We're not that far from which mall is that, Justin? The one, is that
Mall of
International?
the Americas?
No, the other one. Is that International Mall?
Mm-hmm.
International Mall, you're right.
Or no, Dolphin Mall.
Both of those.
Dolphin.
International's right down the street.
Yeah, Dolphin Mall was the one I was thinking of, though. That's the one I take my kids to. It's amazing. They have 100,000 parking spots, and I can never get parking there. That one popped up. Is this going to land in play? No, it will not. Jose Martinez is the batter. Martinez hitting .250 this season. Steve, very well familiar with Jose Martinez.
Yes, we are.
You have any good anecdotes about Jose Martinez, Steve?
Well, I can tell you, he was very fast, and he was a pesky type hitter.
Any other more juicy stories?
Well, we had a couple of run-ins. You know, I'm a little hard-headed sometimes, and so is he, and so we bang heads a few times. But in the
Yeah, but
midst
Steve,
of
you're the
competition,
coach. You're allowed to be hard-headed.
well, that's true. I think I won that battle. Too.
I'm sure you won every battle you were in, Steve. You're probably like 100,000-0 in your battles. Fastball misses. This is big trouble for workers, guys. You've got Michael Rudman on the mound who, albeit he gave up a 2-run homer last inning, has not given up very many runs. And an 8-run lead for the A's. That one in for a strike. And gets a glare from Jose Martinez. He burned a hole through me because I was in his path. He had fire coming out of his eyes.
That's his competitiveness.
A strike is a strike.
And there's another one. In for strike 3. He struck him out. He should have known.
Got him looking.
The bench giving him a hard time over there. That is the second out of the inning. Luis Cabral, the batter. The A's have batted around if it was a 9-person lineup this inning. Cabral pops that one up out of play. Cabral typically also hits somewhere in the middle of the lineup, 3rd or 4th, but today dropped down into the number 7 slot. You know, Justin, we've often said with the A's that it really doesn't matter where everybody hits. We've seen almost everybody hit the top and hit at the bottom. It's almost like they rotate. All right, this time you can hit 3rd. He hit 3rd last game.
Yeah. When you're stacked top to bottom, the order really doesn't matter usually.
And that one hits a right field. That's going to be a base hit. On his way to 3rd is Pee Wee Rodriguez, and he will get there. Chugging and chugging. Pee Wee typically does not run for himself, but there are 2 courtesy runners for the A's today.
this will be a first, Jay. This will be a first in all of our broadcasts, where we bat around with an 11-man batting lineup.
Hard to do.
Batter coming to the plate.
It is hard to do. Leo Portes, who struck out last inning, now looking to make up for that. I'm sure he's chomping at the bit. These A's are a very close-knit team, and he doesn't want to have that on him. Foul tip that one. The sun now peeking its way out. Bad news for everybody, and also our cameras. Although we do have some strategically placed umbrellas out today that may save our cameras a little bit. Runner goes, popped up. This should do it. Makes the catch, and that will do it. But the A's put up 6 huge runs. It is 10-2 in favor of the A's. You are watching the South Florida Broadcast Network. This is AUBL Miami Championship Series, Game 2. The score, Coral Gables A's 10, Workers 2. The wind starting to pick up here at Miami Christian. A fairly wide open space out here, so when the wind picks up, we will definitely be feeling it. And now the problem for Michael Rudman is he's been in the bench for about half hour, 40 minutes, watching his team hit.
How long has the 2 innings been? I'm sorry, we're not through 2 innings, so it's hard to say.
An inning and a half has been 42 minutes.
It's going to be at least an hour for 2 innings.
Well, we'll see. Rudman usually works pretty quick, guys, so this game may take a different shape right now. Uh-oh, Jose now arguing with his manager. Tell me if you've heard that one before. Jose Martinez and Miguel Garcia going back and forth. Miguel Garcia at first base. And I could hear Miguel telling him to stop, and I could hear Jose saying, I just want to have a conversation with Jairo. Jairo, of course, the home plate umpire.
So you can understand what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
We already knew. Personally, I love Jose Martinez. He's one of my favorite people, but I could see in the games that we've done, I can see where he might get a little heated at times. So Abel Alfonso will come to hit. And he hits one to right field, and that one goes foul. Guys, guys, the Coral Gables A's.
Catcher interference.
Oh, wow. Well, Leo Portes can't get out of Abel Alfonso's way and can't get out of his own way, as Leo Portes, so far, guys, of the 6 outs that the A's have made, 22 batters have reached the plate. Leo Portes has made 2 of the 6 outs.
So this is Rafael Rodriguez, the third baseman. 1 on, no out. Bottom of the second.
Rodriguez hitting .303 this season. There's Rudman. Nice looking pitch in for a strike. Looked like a changeup. Had good late breaking movement. I don't think Workers is going to be on the move here because down 8 runs. And Alfonso not their fastest runner. There's the fastball, popped up out of play. There's that move, Steve. And you don't expect it as a right-handed pitcher. With a lefty, at least you expect to have that move. Oh, look at that changeup. He struck him out.
And who's at the plate, Jay?
All right, I got it. I got this one.
Alexander.
I got this one. I got this one.
I think it's Alexander.
Elejeris Sanchez.
Okay.
Because I think the X is silent, or is like an H.
Okay.
But if we were to pronounce it phonetically in English, it's Alexaris. There's that fastball, just missed outside. The clouds have now helped us out once again and kept the sun at bay. Can you touch the cameras? Yeah. There's the fastball right down Broadway. And that one hit hard to right field, and that's going to be a base hit. We are seeing more action against Michael Rudman than I have seen in quite a long time. Back to the top of the order, it's Yasmani Prieto, the shortstop, popped up to second base in the first inning.
So we have 2 Yasmanis playing today, and they're both playing short. Is that what's going on here?
Yes, and we have 2 Thorndikes.
On opposite teams.
Yes.
That was chopped
And
to
this one
shallow
hit
center.
to center, and it's going to be caught by Quesada. That's 2 outs in the inning. 2 on and 2 outs for Williams Arcaya. Arkaya, you'll remember, was hit by that Rudman fastball. And I'm sure, Justin, he will have a welt for 3 weeks.
Pretty sure he'll trade it for a home run here. As we are at 10-2. Not quite through the second inning yet.
I'm sure there are players that would rather dip their hand in burning acid than get hit by a Michael Rudman fastball. There's the curveball. And you can see the smile on Arkaya's face because he thought it was coming at him again. Nothing will make you more gun-shy than getting hit with a Rudman fastball. And poor Arkaya not only gets hit with a Rudman fastball, but then has to see that wicked breaking curveball. There it is again, and he swung at that one. He is all twisted and turned around right now. Rudman will do that to you. Way up and out. Will the runners advance?
No.
No, they will not. I think they're thinking don't make the third out at third base. And also that we're down by 8 runs.
Yeah.
Curveball, and he got a piece of that one. Knocked it out of play. What's he going to throw him here, Steve Hertz? He's got him all twisted and turned around. What's the pitch? Arkaya has been a very good hitter for Workers. And that one looped to Luis Cabral, and that will do it.
2 innings in the books.
There's a restroom over there.
You want to?
Yeah.
So we go to the top of the third inning. Coral Gables A's leading 10-2. You are watching the South Florida Broadcast Network. This is a special event presentation for AUBL Miami Baseball Championship Series Game 2. Jorge Rivas will start his second inning of work. The A's brought 8 players to the plate in inning 1 and scored 4 runs. Brought 11 players to the plate in inning 2 and scored 6 runs. You should always bring that with you. But the problem is, if you bring it with you, I can't. Yeah. So we're kind of. Yeah, you can take it if you want. Melwing Rodriguez started off the last inning with a bloop hit to right field and ended up coming around to score on Yasmani Thorndike's base hit up the middle, which was only the beginning of the problems for Workers. Curveball missed inside. Popped up. Is going to blow back into play. Oh, and a nice catch there. Williams Arcaya.
Nice job. Here's Pee Wee Rodriguez, flew out to center field last inning.
Folks, it is 87 degrees out right now, but it feels like 92. And I got to tell you, it is all of that.
Hit him.
Hit Pee Wee Rodriguez.
Yeah. And that'll bring us back to the number 11 hitter, Juan Quesada.
Quesada promptly fouls that one straight back. Missed up high. 1 on 1 out here in the top of the third. A's up 10-2. Late with that one. Taps himself a couple times on the helmet. Miss low.
Got him.
Oh, he struck him out.
Swinging.
I
Yes, sir.
didn't. I had lost track of the count. He struck him out. 2 outs in the inning. This will bring up the top of the order. Yasmani Thorndike, Justin. Oh, excuse me. They are adding to the bottom. Willie Mizrahi. Willie Mizrahi, Justin, in our game we did here a couple weeks ago, was hitting 5th. He can't even crack the lineup. And he's been one of their hot hitters. So, and there you go. He promptly hits it in the left field for a base hit and says, what do I have to do to get into this lineup? Gee whiz. And that will bring up the top of the order. Yasmani Thorndike getting his 3rd at bat in 3 innings. Pretty impressive. 2 on for Thorndike, who's also been red hot. Strike 1. Curveball. Fouled straight back and hit it off Williams Arcaya's hand or arm. They call the catcher's gear the tools of ignorance, but there is nothing to block your right arm. I wonder why that is, Justin. Why do you think they don't have anything to block the right arm?
Not sure.
Why wouldn't they invent something that would block your right arm?
I don't know. I'm a lefty, so it wouldn't faze me the same way. But I get your point.
Big swing and a miss. He struck him out. That'll do it.
It would
The
prevent
A's.
painful situations like that.
The A's finally have an inning where they don't score. It is 10-2. It is all A's in game 2 here at Miami Christian. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. You are watching the South Florida Broadcast Network. Today's game is a special event broadcast of AUBL Miami Baseball Championship Series, Game 2. What is that? Oh, you have a battery charger? You want to check on him?
Not yet.
Everything all right? Battery. Huh? It should be.
It's not.
No, like plug, like look.
No, I see the plug, but we don't have it plugged in.
Good catch.
There he is. He's back.
Try to get him out of the sun a little bit. All right, folks, here we go. Top of the 3rd. Excuse me, bottom of the 3rd. Alexis Morales, who himself has having a good game, albeit with one at-bat, hit a 2-run home run in his first at-bat today in Game 2. Hit it right over the wall in the left field corner. Curveball missed. Look at that changeup. Workers have their work cut out for them in this game, down 8 runs to the Coral Gables A's. If the Workers, Justin, win this game somehow, they will win the championship. So they have to keep their heads up and stay in this game. Oh, yeah. And that went in for a strike. Count full. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. One out here in the third. Manager Santiago Narciandi struck out in the first and is now the batter.
Narciandi was saying that he thinks the changeup is his best pitch, other than the curveball.
Okay.
Well, he would know because as a left-handed batter, Rudman featured it almost exclusively in his first at-bat. Right now using that two-seam fastball. There's the fastball. He missed with it, though. Rudman does not look as sharp as we are accustomed to seeing him.
Hitters hate that. When it's 2-0, they're looking dead fastball. And it looks like the fastball and whoop, pulls that strike.
Fastball missed up high. That's ball 4. Steve Hertz, how many of the players on the field have you coached?
I think it's 5 to the
I think it's more.
I think it's 5. 301, 2 on the
What?
Can you guys see the scoreboard well?
No, it's not lit up anyway.
We can see
They're
it.
not using it?
No, they're not using it.
We can see it great.
Even if it's lit up, it's awful small and far away.
It is small and far away.
But even when we were here for the high school game, they didn't use it for balls and strikes.
No.
So we were still on our own. Rudman, that throw to first. Then he got him. There you go, Steve.
That was a quickie, but I thought he got back in there.
I did too.
I thought he was back.
That's the problem when you face Michael Rudman. Even if you get to first, he gets you out anyways.
Quick move.
Unbelievable. I knew we'd see at least one today. So now with 2 outs and nobody on, it's Wilder Thorndike. Fastball right down Broadway, in for a strike. Whoa, look at that. That was a 50-footer. Today we have Talon Taylor running the board for us and doing a great job in his first time running the board. We are very appreciative. Talon giving the hang loose sign. another 55-footer.
Might need some no-dos here pretty soon. Things have slowed to a crawl.
Do people even use those anymore, Justin?
Somewhere. Yeah.
They might have been taken off the shelf like 35 years ago. There's the fastball, and he just missed with it.
Awesome.
Wilder Thorndike very confidently flips his bat to first base. It's the second walk in 3 batters this inning, but because of the pickoff, it is only 1 on with 2 outs.
We are just trying to get a third of the way through the game.
Adel
We're almost
Avila.
there.
Adel Avila now the batter. 1 on and 2 outs. First pitch is in for a strike. And that one's hit on the ground, and it is going to be foul. Manager Miguel Garcia picks it up. And the ice cream man has arrived.
He's back.
Returned. He was here earlier.
That's the second trip.
Second run through the parking area.
What's the one with the blue and the red and the white? Is that a bomb pop?
Something like that.
That was my favorite. Fastball hit
Oh.
into the A's bench, foul. I think I see it. Folks, AUBL Miami Spring 2019 season starts again June 2nd in 2 weeks. Next week, of course, is Memorial Day weekend. Everybody's off for the holiday. And that's a breaking pitch hit in the up the middle, and he will step on second base. Cabral gets it, and that will do it. It'll go 4 unassisted. No runs for the workers. We go to the top of the 4th. A's lead 10-2. You're watching the South Florida Broadcast Network special event broadcast AUBL Miami Championship Series Game 2.
Each team has a sponsor, right?
No.
They don't. They don't have to put X amount of dollars to be in the league.
Well, Top of the 4th inning. It's going to be Sheehan Planis Ortega. I should say Arteaga. Well, who can blame him?
Yeah.
You can go if you want. If you want, I'll get you ice cream. What do you want?
No, I don't.
Oh, you got some here. Oh my God. Talon snuck in an ice cream while we weren't looking. I would have gladly bought you one, Talon. Part of the perks of coming out here on a Sunday is letting me buy you an ice cream at least. Fastball missed outside. What is that? Just vanilla ice cream? Just straight up vanilla? Good deal. There's fastball in for a strike. Jorge Rivas has come off the bench and pitched well for Workers. Mariano O'Farrell, started the game and was absolutely tortured by the A's for 10 runs in an inning and a third. So here's Alvaro Gomez. And he hits the ball to right field. This is going to be a hard play coming in, and he makes the catch. Nice play out there from Adel Avila. And here's Ahmed Martinez. Martinez, 2 for 2 already. 2 singles, 2 runs scored. Ahmed, a former Dade Diamondback player. Pop that one up. Looks like it'll go out of play. And it does. Nothing. Oh, bring it here. And one of our cameras finally went down to the heat. How did you get it out of there? Oh, it's still. So we apologize. Camera 1 went down. I've just been informed that Miami Christian did not turn off their sprinklers and that they will be going on at 4 o'clock. So it is going to be up to us to turn them off before then. I bet you Steve Hertz knows where they are.
And runner's going to move on that wild pitch.
Well, he would have anyways, as it is a walk.
Him.
Once again, we apologize for camera 1 being down. But we expected this today with the heat. Fastball missed inside. 2 straight walks. Jorge Rivas now having control issues. That one hit hard, and it'll get through for a base hit. Rounding third on his way home. This will be the 11th run for the A's. Bengochea gets his 3rd hit of the game, guys.
That boy can hit.
Yes, he can.
Talon, let me see. Make sure you plug it in. All right, guys, I'm going to go turn the sprinklers off.
Alright. Hang out here and hope for a couple more runs and put this one in the books. Yeah.
It's after 7, right? Not 5. At least it's 10 after 7.
Oh, I thought it was 10 after 5 and 15 after 7. I think it was something like that. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully this will just speed up a little bit. It's been
Jose can do it.
very slow. Yeah.
Strong enough to put one out of here for that build.
Well, he had a single back in the first and a stolen base. Two and one the count to Martinez now. That's in for a strike. 2-2. Pops that one up. That's going to be playable. Nope. Unable to come up with the catch. Unable to make the play, Wilder Thorndike. Took a shot at it but could not get over there.
That one hit hard, and that's going to get down. He's got the play for one, and he got to first. It's a double play. It was a high bouncing ball that looked like it was going to get through. Jose Martinez was unable to get that ball through, and instead it goes from a single to a double play, and that will do it. The A's score 1 run and lead 11-2. You are watching the South Florida Broadcast Network special event broadcast, AUBL Miami Championship Series. Oh.
Nope.
Okay.
We got one.
Go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Workers down 9.
Some A's wrong.
Jay, is it 10 after 5 or 10 after 7?
It's 10-7, 15-5.
Oh, 15 and 5. Wow. No, we got another 4 hours going.
Here we go, folks. Abel Alfonso will lead off again. He led off the second inning. Workers need base runners in the worst way right now. Pulls a string on that one. I heard you mumbling to yourself. Curveball. That's a pretty pitch. In for strike 2. In for strike 3. He struck him out. To the delight of the crowd. This is Rafael Rodriguez. Struck out in the second. That is the 5th strikeout for Rudman. A light number for him. Usually we're expecting more. Off speed pitch in for a strike. Looked like the changeup. Rudman featuring his changeup a little bit more than we're accustomed today. But pitching it for a strike. Curveball, fouled it straight back. Barely got a piece of that. Would have been strike 3.
Move it every 2 hours.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Back to back.
He's starting to heat up a little, Justin. Steve Hertz, what do you think of AUBL Miami baseball so far?
Well, he's a pretty good player. That's better than I thought. We got some talented guys.
Ela Jerez had a single back in the second inning.
Steve, I'm going to invite you out to one of the games that my team plays. That one hits the second base. Luis Cabral up and over. He got him, and that will do it. Quick inning for Michael Rudman.
You're talking about when the league starts up again?
We go to the 5th. Yes, our league starts again June 2nd, and I will invite you out to come see a game that I know is in your geography at a convenient time, just for you to come see maybe an inning or so.
Where are the most games played?
We play all over Dade County and in parts of Broward, everywhere from South Dade High School all the way up through here at Miami Christian. We play at Coral Park, Butch Carnicero's field. We play at Walker Park. We play at Alex Fernandez Field in Graham Park in Hialeah. We play at North Miami Beach. We play at Sunview Park. We played several games at Pompano Park last year. We played games in other parts of Broward at Cypress and Sportsplex. There are many fields in AUBL Miami.
Now, when you play, who's filming the game?
Well,
or is somebody filming the game?
To be honest, my team has played before without without me broadcasting, but it's hard. it's hard for me to broadcast a game that I play in.
So most of the time they're not broadcast.
Yeah, I mean, AUBL Miami broadcasts probably, 1 to 2 games a month. So, we have 10 games played every weekend. So, the vast majority are not broadcasted.
Oh, I see. Okay.
This is more of a special event situation for us. When we start getting, deep into the playoffs, we try to broadcast as many games as we can.
Is this one of the bad girls over here?
Could be. Could be.
Killing us, Steve. So here we go, Luis Cabral, 1 for 2 on the day. We are in the top of the 5th inning. A's leading 10-2. Game 2.
That's 11-2, Jay.
Excuse me, you are right, Justin, 11-2. One more run for the A's, and this will end early. 6 more runs for the A's, it will end earlier. 15-run rule in 5 innings. 10-run rule in 7. Fastball at the knees and in for a strike. Cabral did not like it. Jairo Martinez behind the plate, one of the most respected umpires in AUBL Miami and around Miami. And that one hit hard but foul. Looks like our number 1 camera is down again.
I don't have anything to say about that, Jay. I mentioned it before we got here.
I went and bought umbrellas. What do you want from me?
Doesn't matter. It's the Bermuda Triangle here. Makes no difference. Short of that snow we were hoping for earlier, there was no keeping the cameras cool enough. Big swing and a miss for Cabral.
He struck him out.
So Leo Portes, his 3rd at bat of the day. 0 for 2 so far. Looks like the entire A's team is taking a break over there, as someone has shown up that they apparently all know. Oh, caught the inside corner with that strike.
And that one hit hard. Going back. It's off the wall on the fly. Leo Portes hit that ball a ton. Here's the play at second base. He's going to be out. Yeah, he'll be out by a step and a half. He hit it too hard, Justin. And his teammates giving him the business over there, as we expect. That'll go as a single. And then Portes out at second base. 2 outs in the inning. Unfortunately, nobody saw it because camera 1 is down.
So this is Melwing Rodriguez. 1 for 2 on the day.
Pops that one up. This is going to be a hard play. Going back, coming in, and he
It'll
makes
drop. Oh, that'll drop. Will it not?
I couldn't tell, but he's staying at first
Yeah,
base,
that'll
so
drop.
that will be a hit.
It will drop. It's a bloop single. P. Ray Rodriguez comes up with 1 on, 2 out. That one gets away, but
Very alertly, Rodriguez did not go to second base.
no. He'll not push for second.
2 outs and 1 on here in the 5th.
I don't see Melwing as a 10 stolen base guy, Jay. I think he's going to stay there unless it's a well-hit ball like that one.
And there Pee
Now
Wee
he's on the
gets
move.
down for a hit. Good rip from Pee Wee Rodriguez. So with 2 outs, now 2 on, first and second.
This is who you want up there.
Yeah. This would definitely be somebody they would want up there.
Juan Quesada walked and scored in the second, struck out in the third. On deck, Willie Mizrahi, who was added to the bottom of the lineup. And camera 1 is back. Yeah, top 5. And that one ripped to right field. That's going to get down for a hit. Rounding third on his way home, and he will score easily. It is now a 10-run game. The A's lead 12-2. Juan Quesada, Steve Hertz called it. The right man at the right time. This A's team will wear you out. Willie Mizrahi now, who swung at the first pitch he saw in this game, was added to the lineup after the first go-around. And he had a base hit in his first at-bat. The A's currently hitting 12 batters. But each player other than Mizrahi has been up 3 times already.
The first game of the playoffs, was that last Sunday?
For AUBL Miami, the road to the finals was about a month ago. Popped up out of play. Or is it in play? It is in play. And it is caught. That will do it. And we'll get back to that with Steve Hertz in just a moment. The A's put up another run and now lead 12-2. You are watching the South Florida Broadcast Network special event championship series AUBL Miami Game 2 Workers and Coral Gables A's. It is the Coral Gables A's all over Workers 12-2. And to answer your question, Steve Hertz, the A's to get here defeated the Twins back a month ago, the Nationals back 3 weeks ago, the Sox, 2 weeks ago, the Sox last week, and today the championship with Workers. So
But didn't you say that the Athletics lost the first game?
of the championship series, that was today.
Today,
This is the second game of the doubleheader.
2 of 3 for the championship.
The championship is best 2 out of 3, and the Coral Gables A's lost game 1 today.
At what time?
Like 10 in the morning.
10 this morning was game 1. We started setting up at 10:30, so we got here right after the game 1 started.
Okay. Well, my question was, I thought they played last week, and why didn't Rudman pitch?
Oh yeah, well that's why we do it this way in AUBL Miami, so that you can't just have a one pitcher.
Well, it's better that way. You're right.
Mhm.
It really, is a test of which team is better. And there's Darryl Roque giving his salute to the mayor,
Where's the Fonton?
adding 2 players. The workers are adding 2 players to the bottom. Danny Stewart and Jesus Bencomo. Danny Stewart and Jesus Bencomo being added to the bottom.
Susu. Bencomo.
Yeah. I don't see. I don't see Jesus Bencomo.
No, that's what I was saying. And it's
I don't think they're gonna care.
Denny S. Stewart. S. Stewart.
Bottom 5, A's leading by 10. It is 12-2. But I'll tell you, Michael Rudman pitching like it's 0-0. Still throwing a lot of breaking balls. And that one hits a short, up and over. He got him. So either Denny S. Stewart or Danny Stewart goes down 6-3. Jesus Bencomo now the batter. Did he go? Yes, he did. Fastball right down the middle. Darryl Roque visiting with the mayor. Darryl Roque, the face of Miami Highlight. Billboard, how about the TV commercial? You're smack dab in the middle of the TV commercial. Your face is like right in the middle. Big swing and a miss. Darryl Roque comes and he's going to bring us a cesta. We're going to get to hang on to and use a cesta, which I've never used one.
It's very difficult if you haven't. If you've never tried to throw a ball. If you never try to throw a ball with the cesta, it's very difficult. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty good. A lot of fun. We used to play that years ago, back in the 60s, when they had the great players from Spain.
Well, Marcellena was one of the top players. He might have been right after that era.
After, because they had Larrañaga, Andres, Chiruca, Bengoa. Those guys were the tops.
Yeah, the ones that from my childhood were Pete and Marcellena were the two big guys for Highlight. And that one hit hard. That's going to be a base hit. So Prieto gets on the board with his first hit of the game. Two outs and one on. Daryl Roque bringing his cesta.
It's a prototype one that they gave us over at the casino.
Steve Hertz is going to try his hand with it.
I'll let y'all hold on to it. Okay. They want me to warm up. I might get in.
Uh-oh, Daryl Roque may get into the game.
That's a small hand, by the way.
I can't figure out which fingers go in which part of it.
Kind of like a glove.
And that one hit into center
That'll be
field, and
down for
that's
a
going to
hit.
be a base hit.
So Williams Arcaya with a single.
Here, Justin, you want to try?
Wait.
Oh, count.
Prieto over to second.
They used to make a game, Steve, in the 70s called trackball, which was sold with a cesta-like device that you would throw with a downward motion and the ball would spin. It's a great
I
game.
don't recall that.
Great game. Want to try?
There's no ball.
So what?
There's no ball, right? You really have to put it on and put a ball in and try to throw it.
Right.
I used to try to hit with it. They said hit with it. I used it like a bat. Probably hit it 140.
There's the curveball from Rudman. 2 on and 2 out here in the 5th. Workers with their work cut out for them. It is 12-2. It has been all Coral Gables A's in this game.
But Alexis Morales 1 for 2 with a home run on the day.
Another curveball, and he popped that one up. A little bit more than a pop-up, more like a can of corn, and Quesada will settle under it. So we are 5 in the books, which means the game is official. And now it's just a question of, will the Workers be able to put more runs on the board?
See, they've got 2 innings to what? Score 2, 3?
They have 2, yes, correct. The Workers
score anything.
have 2 innings to outscore the A's by 1.
And it's 12-2.
12-2 right now. So unless the Workers can outscore the A's by 1 run in the next 2 innings, the game will be over.
It's already been longer than any high school
Now,
game we've done.
if the A's are able to outscore the Workers by 5 runs, the game will be over this inning.
But they'd have to put up 5 right here.
Now the other question,
Workers are home also.
the game you're going to do the pace game. The pace game, which is on
HSBN Live will be
what
broadcasting.
time will that game be played?
This is, unfortunately, Steve, you're catching me without any information. Give me
Probably
1 second.
A night game, would be my guess.
My guess is it will be a night game. Wednesday, we do not have a time, although we could probably look it up. It'll be Pace against Cardinal Gibbons.
And that will be at pace.
Yes. Yes, at Pace. That is correct.
So Cardinal Gibbons at pace on Wednesday.
Yes.
Time to be announced.
Well, the time I think has been announced. We just don't have it on our current board.
Most of these playoff games, though, have been played in the morning, afternoon, or late afternoon, from what I've seen.
Well, we had one at night. The one we did here on Friday obviously had to be earlier because there's no lights. So it all depends on the field situation. Yeah, that'll determine the time as well. So Santiago Narciandi in his 3rd at bat.
This is Yasmani
No?
Thorndike. And Thorndike promptly hits it into center field, and that's going to be a base hit. Thorndike, that is his second hit of the game. He's been on base 3 of the 4 times today.
I'm so tired, it doesn't matter.
I'm praying for 5. I'm too far away. I'm not looking at it.
Curveball hit foul. And of course, Steve Hertz has been offered to be one of the honorary coaches for the All-Star game, Dade versus Broward. Those games will be at Marlins Park on Tuesday, June 4th. The private school All-Star game will be at 4 p.m. and the public one will be at 8 p.m. on June 4th. That is a Tuesday. Steve, do you know if you're doing the public or the private for coaching?
I think it's the public, but I'm not sure. I'm going to call Anthony, find out.
Yeah, Anthony was calling me before, so definitely call him today.
Okay.
So here's Sheehan Planis Ortega, who has also hit a home run today, a 3-run home run. Popped up out of play. In for strike 3. He struck him out. In at the knees on the inside part of the plate.
Not sure if that was the knees or the ankles.
Steve Hertz disagrees with Jairo Martinez, and he has every right to.
But we lose.
Unfortunately, any fight against an umpire is typically futile. That curveball missed outside. Pace of play has slowed down once again. Thorndike at first base not being held on. Fastball missed low. Do you think Steve Jairo Martinez might be giving the you're down, you're up 10 runs strike zone? Do you think the strike zone widens at that point?
Maybe so. Day like this,
Missed
it
outside.
could. It could.
Fastball missed again. And that is ball 4. Runners at first and second, 1 out. It's going to be Ahmed Martinez. Missed over his head, gets a little glare from Martinez. That one missed again. And that is ball 3. It'll be interesting to see if the workers have anybody else that can pitch, because they've already used 4 pitchers today. Most teams don't carry 4 pitchers in AUBL Miami. Jorge Rivas, the 4th today. That one foul back.
Let him go, 3-0.
I don't know, Steve, if 3-0, that it really much matters when you're up or down 10.
Well, I think to get another run, to secure a 5-run walk-off is what they're trying to do.
Inside, ball 4. Bases are now loaded. And Narciande is going to make his way to the mound. I don't know who's going to come in, but he's pointing. He's pointing at his shortstop, Prieto. So it looks like Prieto, the shortstop, Yasmani Prieto, will be the new pitcher. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Abel Alfonso takes the mound. Now this is a switch. No entiendo. Knockout, yes, there is a knockout. Sí, Diaz and 17, 15, 15.
Baseball's universal.
So Steve Hertz, how would you like to come in as a pitcher, and you got to face a guy who's 3 for 3 already in Chicho Bengochea?
Actually, the odds are he's going to make an out, so I might like to face him.
Oh, I don't know about all that, Steve.
Well, with the bases loaded and he's a good hitter, you're right. Let's see what happens.
Up high. There is only one out. Low. Ball 3. This is a big pitch here. He gave it to him. Fouled it straight back. Talon going with the triple screen. Popped up, out of play. It's hard to hit the triple. Low ball 4, walked in a run. Rafael Rodriguez has taken over the catching duties for Workers. And Shihan Planas Arteaga will run for Bengochea. Gets away, but no one advances. This is Jose Martinez. Martinez 1 for 3 on the day. Singled in the first. Struck out in the second. Grounded to short for a double play in the fourth. This game is teetering on a knockout for the A's. Fastball misses. The A's right now leading by 11. And that one hit hard to third base. And that will do it. Wilder Thorndike made the play.
Was there 2 outs? Was it 2 outs?
1.
Well, he dropped the ball. I got him dropping the ball. Right? He hits a line drive and he doesn't catch it. He didn't catch it.
We'll find out from Jairo Martinez.
They're discussing it now.
Jairo! And Jairo hustling over. We appreciate Jairo Martinez coming over to talk to us. Jairo, we've got Jairo on the mic. This is our home plate umpire, Jairo Martinez. That's fine, just leave it.
Okay.
Jairo, we did not understand that last play. Was that caught on the fly in a double play?
No, he don't catch the ball. And the runner was out of the bag, and he touched the bag. It's a force out, and he touched the runner out of the bag.
Okay,
for
so it
2
was
outs.
a double play, but it
Yeah.
was a double play in the sense that he touched the bag and then touched the runner.
Right.
Thank you very much, Jairo. We were a little confused there as Jose Martinez again hits into another double play.
Hit it hard, too, right at him.
So that will be a 5 unassisted double play, a rare unconventional double play there. One run scored for the A's. Michael Rudman still on the mound. This may be his last inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. A's leading 13-2. The A's scored 4 in the first, 6 in the second, No runs in the third, one in the fourth, one in the fifth, and one in the sixth. Total of 13. Workers scored 2 in the first, and that has been it for them. If the A's win this game, the series will be tied at 1. Popped up out of play. Right now, Workers leading the series 1-0. But the A's have game 2 well in hand right now. 13-2 lead, and Michael Rudman on the mound. Curveball misses. We seem to have lost my partner, Justin Bresner, but Steve Hertz is here. This is Steve's first ever AUBL Miami game, and we are very glad that he could come join us today. Very appreciative.
And always glad to be here.
Steve, of course, if for those of you who don't know, Steve Hertz used to coach Miami-Dade College and also is one of the most well-known baseball figures in the history of Miami baseball. We call him the mayor here. That one in the hole, Luis Cabral up and over, and he will get there in time. So Narciande scraps a hit. And you can hear Leo Porte say, get in the game. So Porte is definitely not taking anything for granted here. But Steve Hertz also is a mainstay on our Channel 2 coverage for South Florida Broadcast Network. And Steve does all of our Miami-Dade College games. We will be in discussions for the next season with Miami-Dade College. That one in for a strike. So sadly, Danny Price has announced that this was his final season at Miami-Dade College. Big swing and a miss from Wilder Thorndike. Danny Price has been a friend to all of us here on the South Florida Broadcast Network, and one of the main reasons we broadcast games at Miami-Dade College. Danny Price has also been a good friend to AUBL Miami, giving players to the league. And Steve, I have to say on a personal note, I am also personally very sad that Danny Price has stepped down. I know Adrian Morales will do a good job.
He'll do a fantastic job.
But we all are very saddened by the news.
Well, Danny decided, he coached 27, looks like 36 years of coaching junior college and major college baseball.
Thorndike pops that one up to right field, settling under it. He makes the catch. 1 out here in the 6th. That one outside for a ball. That one hit to right field, and settles under it, makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Staying busy out there in right field, Steve Hertz. Steve had some questions. Do you want to ask Anthony now about I could do this, yeah. Hold on, Anthony. It's on speaker. That fastball in for a strike. Michael Rudman still bringing it here. Grounds it right to Rudman, who flips it over to first, and that will do it. Workers go down, no runs here in the sixth. That may be it for Michael Rudman. Luis Cabral will lead off here for the A's. Cabral 1 for 3 on the day. Abel Alfonso on the mound for his second inning of work, fires a strike. That one missed, and that is ball 4 for Luis Cabral. The A's are 4 runs from ending this game in inning number. Excuse me. They're actually, we are in the 7th inning, so this will be it. Unless the Workers can come up with runs this inning, this game will effectively be over. It is 13-2 in favor of the A's right now, and we'll see if the A's can add to that. But as it stands, the Workers would need to get at least 2 runs in the 7th. Inside, corner for a strike. Popped up out of play. This is Leo Portes. Portes 1 for 3 on the day. Struck out in the first, flied out to short in the second, and tried to leg out a double in the 5th inning, but was gunned down at second base. We had actually joked that he'd hit that ball too hard. That ball hit the wall on the fly and hits that one against camera 1. A little slanted.
Which one?
1. Portes hits that one into center field, and it is going to get, it is out. He is out. Looked like he had trapped it,
Hard to tell from here.
but it is called out. So Portes flies out to center for out number 1. Tried to double off Cabral at first base, but he gets back in time. No. And that one hits a shortstop, and it goes through his legs for a hit. Or I should say an error.
I'll agree to that.
Is that fielder's indifference, Steve?
When it goes through the legs, it
But
could be
it-
nothing but a knee.
It was, well, but I'm saying even worse than that was, we know it's an error, but there's the expression in baseball, fielder's indifference, when a runner steals and you don't try to throw him out. Was that fielder's indifference, him just not wanting to try to field the ball?
I don't think so.
It looked like lack of effort. And that one hits a right field. This is going to get down for a hit. Pee Wee Rodriguez gets to first. 1 run will score.
That was a very nice stroke going the other way.
Pee Wee Rodriguez with an excellent swing. Having a hard time getting to first base as Pee Wee Rodriguez does not run so well these days. But Luis Cabral scores. It is now 14-2. Melwing Rodriguez makes his way to third. Juan Quesada now the batter. Outside for ball 1. Abel Alfonso having a hard time finding the strike zone right now. This game all but over. And that is ball 4. Surprised we haven't seen Miguel Garcia, the manager, get an at-bat here. Maybe he'll put himself to hit after Mizrahi. That pitch in for a strike to Mizrahi. This is the third pitcher. No, top 7. Mizrahi flies out to left field, and he makes the catch. This will score another run. It's now 15-2. It'll go as a sac fly. The other runners stay put, as is customary in these situations. So it is now 15-2. Regardless, the workers will get their final at bat in the 7th inning. But they are going to have a huge mountain to climb just to keep this game going. They're going to need 4 runs, Steve Hertz, just to keep this game going into the 8th. And we don't know. It might be Darryl Roque, your friend. And that is ripped into left field by Yasmani Thorndike for a base hit. Rounding third on his way home. And he will score. Pee Wee Rodriguez scored from second base. Not running very well as Pee Wee, but he was able to get home. That is 16-2. Quesada makes it to third. And Yasmani Thorndike in with a double. That is Thorndike's 3rd hit of the day. He's been on base 4 of the 5 times he's been up. And now Shehan Planas Arteaga, who has homered today, will now come to hit. As this game comes to a close, we want to thank everybody for joining us, and that one is ripped into left center field. It's going to go all the way to the wall. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score. Planas Arteaga will glide into second base with another double. It is now 18-2. I guess, Steve, the A's made their point after losing the first game 5-0.
They sure did. Interesting to see the championship game, which will be next Sunday.
Which will be a week from Sunday, as next Sunday is Memorial Day weekend. So the players will have off for Memorial Day weekend. They will come back June 2nd. They will actually play the championship decider, Game 3, while Game 1 of the next season begins. So,
and that'll be played where?
Right here,
here? Yeah.
Right here at Miami Christian.
Okay.
And we will work on a possible broadcast for that game as well. Most likely, we are looking at a 10 a.m. start for the championship deciding Game 3 right here at Miami Christian on June 2nd. But Steve, the interesting thing is the A's did not throw Michael Rudman in Game 1.
That's it.
So
that's a big difference.
Now we're going to see the pitchers that we saw from Game 1 today for the workers go against Michael Rudman. So we didn't see that matchup today. So it'll be interesting to see how that matchup goes. That one's ripped to left field. Slicing foul.
And the reward for winning the championship will be a...
Well, there are several rewards. You get bragging rights, of course, as the top team in AUBL Miami, which is no easy feat. You want to talk about a hard league to win a championship.
Without a doubt.
This is it. This is the hardest league you will find for that. But beyond that, you also get a $1,000 prize. So they are playing for a significant amount of money
that's
as
good.
well.
Good for the players.
which is a 50% discount off of the league fees. League fees, of course, are $2,000. So it is a 50% reduction in league fees.
Well, I think if I was the team manager, I'd have to have a party for them and use it for that.
Oh, I see what you did there. $1,000 can go a long way.
They could have a heck of a party and even get a few trophies.
Well, you also get a trophy. So the AUBL Miami does give a trophy to the champion as well. I should have let in with that. There is a trophy. A fairly nice, fairly large trophy.
I'm sure they'd like to have a nice shirt with it, with the championship on the shirt.
Well, the A's actually chose in one of their past seasons, instead of a trophy, they chose shirts instead, and I obliged, because it's whatever they want. If they want shirts instead of a trophy, so it's not uncommon to see the A's walking around with their championship shirts back from 2016. Jairo Martinez has said he is out of baseball, so we'll see if we can give him one more. Jairo. He said hold on to it. And when we do, we can just put it right through there. That one outside. I think the heat has gotten to both of these teams. And the score. The heat and the score have gotten to both of these teams. That one outside. So, folks, assuming anything less than a miracle here, there will be a Game 3 to the championship series on June 2nd. And Martinez rips that one foul. Just go right under. Talon. Oh, and it hit his helmet. The A's players have had, many of them have had 5 at-bats in 7 innings. They are about to bat around again. This would be... Oh, so Miguel Garcia is going to hit for Chicho Bengochea, who is the only player on the A's who has not made an out today. So here's the manager. We asked when Miguel Garcia would get into the game, and here he is. Here's the manager. Oh, and he gets a piece of that one, but hits it foul. I think the only other players that have not gotten at-bats are pitchers for the A's. I think all position players have gotten into the game. A's having a good time in their dugout. And Miguel Garcia gets a piece of that one. This is going to be a hard play, and he makes the catch. That'll do it. So the A's finally go down after almost batting around again. Camera 1 is also down. The A's score 5 runs and lead 18-2. It is going to take Steve Hertz 7 runs in this inning for the Workers to keep this game going.
I'm going to bet they don't do it. I'll give you odds.
But let's see who takes the mound. It is Darryl Roque. Minus the cesta. I was hoping to see him out there with a cesta and
Wouldn't that be neat?
throwing baseballs with a cesta. Nice to see Darryl getting action. Darryl doing a little housekeeping on the mound. Barring a 7-run outburst by Workers, this will be the final inning of the game. And we want to thank everybody for joining us today. And we apologize that the game was not more competitive, but it was entertaining. And we will attempt to get a broadcast for June 2nd when these two teams will face off again for Game 3 of the championship. Also, June 2nd will be Week 1 of AUBL Miami Spring 2019 season. If for some reason both of these teams want to play during the holiday next week, that we will oblige. But as of right now, we believe that Game 3 will happen on June 2nd. And that's the difficulty of the fall season ending when it does, because all of these holidays, you've got Mother's Day, you've got Memorial Day weekend, you've got Father's Day. All of these holidays happen right at the time of playoffs. So these players are not always in town for holidays, and we do not in AUBL Miami force teams to play on holidays, unlike some other leagues out there. So here we go. 3 outs left for Workers, and Darryl Roque starts him with a strike. What do you think, Steve? How does Darryl look?
Well, I need a few more pitches to make a judgment
But
here.
for Darryl's age, Darryl pitching in his upper 30s now.
Yes. He always had a good fastball. He still does.
Still brings it. And still looks like he's like 25 years old out there.
He does, doesn't he? I
The
didn't
way
realize
he
he was
moves
that old.
and the way he projects himself. And that one hit hard, and that's a hit. No, it's not. It was a nice play at third base. It was Melwing Rodriguez who made a nice play at third base.
He did. Right on the line.
So Rafael Rodriguez goes down 5-3. It looked like that ball was going to go into the corner. What kind of odds you give me now, Steve?
Any odds you want. You name it.
I don't know if I've ever heard that before. This might be my chance to make $1 million. All right, Steve, I'll say $1 million to 1, and I'll put my dollar on the table.
I'll take the bet. So let's see.
Remember the last time you did this, you were supposed to walk backwards without a shirt on at Miami-Dade College.
I did after you left.
And that one hits us short. Willie Mizrahi up and over, and he got him.
Now we could double that bet. $2 million.
Camera one still down? Oh, it ran out of power?
No, just
Oh, let me see. because we need it for the. Popped up. This could do it, and it is down for a hit.
Who's the coach?
22. Well, he's actually at first base, but can you just go tell them that so that they know? Just tell one of the players, say, hey, let Miguel know that there's going to be an interview after the game.
Okay, who's the player who's going to be?
And it doesn't matter. Just tell one of the players. Big swing and a miss. Oh.
It wasn't me.
Big swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that will do it. Just drop him through. Thank you. Coral Gables A's defeat Workers 18-2 is the final. And I don't even know if it was that close. The A's just run roughshod all over the Workers after the Workers defeat the A's 5-0 in the first game of the series. This series will go to Game 3 on June 2nd, right here at Miami Christian. We will be back with our post-game interview with Miguel Garcia and our player or players of the game. Folks, we will have our post-game interview momentarily. Don't go anywhere. South Florida Broadcast Network post-game show here with the winning Coral Gables A's in a laugher today. The first game, not so much fun for the Coral Gables A's. The second game, a lot of fun. I'm here with the head coach, Miguel Garcia, and with the starting and winning pitcher, Michael Rudman. I'll start with you, Coach. We've known each other a long time. We go back a long ways. This is one of the most decisive victories I think I've ever seen from the Coral Gables A's. Tell us about how you were feeling coming into Game 2 after losing Game 1.
I think we were confident. We knew we were going to have Mike on the mound. We knew we weren't going to go 2 games without hitting. We haven't lost 2 games in a row in a very long time. So the only team that could beat us typically is ourselves. This morning we lost to a really good pitcher, guy who pitched pro ball in Mexico and was playing. Had our number, gave up 1 hit.
In the first game, although we were not on the air, we were here to watch most of that game, and it seemed like your team was wound up pretty tight for that one. It seemed like you guys loosened up after the 4 runs that were put up in the first inning where your team almost batted around. What was it like after the first game? What was the attitude and the mood like in the dugout after losing 5-0?
I think we were loose and having fun. That first inning was actually a pretty typical inning for us. We get on with an error, steal second, steal third, score our first run on an error by their catcher, and I think we actually scored the first 2 or 3 runs without getting a hit. Just taking advantage of aggressive base running, and then a couple up in, take our lead, and then and then the big ball second inning and over. You lead.
We had actually said that on our broadcast, and I'll shift over to my left now and talk with one of the most prolific pitchers in the history of AUBL Miami, Michael Rudman. We had said on our broadcast after the 4 runs in the first inning, I said, I don't know that Michael Rudman has given up more than 2 runs in a game since I can remember. A lot's changed for you lately. Your family has grown, and your responsibilities have grown. Your practice time has been less, so everything kind of shifting in a different direction for you, Michael Rudman. Give us an idea how you were feeling coming into today. Were you feeling confident? Were you not sure what was going to
Yeah, I was definitely feeling confident. We have great defense behind us, and we were typically able to put up runs and stay in every game. So, getting an early lead was big. Maybe I came out a little bit flat just because I was, waiting so long for that first inning, but didn't feel like I had my best stuff today, but I was able to, pitch to contact, and, they made a lot of good plays behind me, so I felt confident.
You had hit a batter, which is rare for you in the first inning, and then you give up the massive home run. I can't remember the last time you gave up a home run, at least in a broadcast, and we've broadcasted many of your games. After the first inning, it was 4-2, and it seemed like actually had half a chance in this game. What were you thinking coming to the mound for the second?
Same mindset is basically just attack, go after hitters, try to pitch to contact a little bit, and then when I get ahead, try to put them away with some dirty stuff down in the dirt or high fastballs, bust them in. But my mindset really didn't change, I guess, until after the second inning. I was a little bit more relaxed and just attacking a lot more with my fastball. But overall, I think the mindset was the same.
We spoke after the game, after the Nationals game a couple weeks ago, and all of us had noticed you weren't locating your curveball. Today, you seem to be able to locate your curveball. What was the difference today?
Yeah, I still feel like I didn't have great feel for it. I threw it a lot more today than I did last week. But, the wind in your face here, it gives me a lot more depth on the curveball. But at the same time, I have to make adjustments and try to throw it a little bit higher so that it, ends up in the strike zone rather than in the dirt. So I mean, I think I was just was able to make an adjustment today.
Well, we thank you for coming out to talk with us, and we'll go back to Miguel Garcia. The series is now tied at 1. You're going to have a game 3 on June 2nd, which will also be the first week of the spring 2019 season. We will have a week off. Do you anticipate having your full roster here? Is Michael Rudman going to be here? These are the things that everybody's going to want to know.
Yeah, I mean, we expect to have everybody here, just like I would expect that they're going to have their guys. It'll be a fun game. I don't know yet as to what we're going to do with pitching just yet. But I think, again, for you, I always thought that we're probably the one team that can beat ourselves, And as great of a team as the Workers are, I think if we come out and we play our game and we put the ball in play a little bit more than what we did in this morning game, it'll give us a good shot. We play our defense. We're going to have good pitching, regardless of any of the four guys that we have going, and then we'll score some timely runs. That's what we always seem to do for many years. Kind of an underestimated team for years, and we kind of find ways to beat teams that probably on paper should be beating us a lot.
Well, one of the top teams in the country, Coral Gables A's, puts a hurting on the Workers today for Game 2. Final score was 18-2. The series now tied at 1. South Florida Broadcast Network will attempt to bring Game 3 live to all of you on June 2nd right here at Miami Christian School at 10 a.m., the early start time. So I thank you both for coming for the post-game interview. And that'll do it here from Miami Christian School. Coral Gables A's defeat the Workers 18-2. You have been watching the South Florida Broadcast Network, and we will see you all here next time on the South Florida Broadcast Network.